let's talk about the chest. It's the big thing, right? Like, bigger people usually have more breast tissue, and I am included in that. I have size H's. Last time I got, measured by Lane Bryant, I had H's, and I believe that because, oh my gosh, finding a binder that will do anything for me is almost impossible. I haven't tried shapeshifters. I'm thinking of giving them a shot, but my Underworks and my GC2B binders, I'm a 5X in GC2B, and it compresses, it flattens it, but it's like I have C cups now instead of H's. And you can tell that I'm AFAB. You can tell that I have female presenting boobs, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to double bind. That's bad. I'm not going to do that. But also, like, is it even worth binding if I'm not going to, if it's not going to help me pass, why would I even bother? I don't bind hardly ever unless I'm doing some sort of cosplay or something. I don't see the use for it. It's going to hurt my back. It's going to hurt my chest. And there's just too much mass here. There's just too much mass that you can't compress it any more than a certain amount. And no matter what I do, it's never going to be enough to help me pass. And I know that, overweight men, cis men, often have more breast tissue, just because of fat distribution. And I would be okay with having like moobs, like little boobs, little man boobs, that are in proportion to my weight. That would be fine, but not these. I'm not really a fan of these, and I cannot wait to get rid of them. Oh my gosh, that's another thing I'm going to talk about later in this video, is like getting top surgery as a fat trans man has some hurdles. But for the most part, binding, I don't see a point to it. Once you get to a certain cup size, if maybe there are trans men who have less dense boobs, like I don't think my boobs are that dense, and some people don't call them boobs, but that's how I call them. I'm perfectly fine with calling them boobs. But if people have bigger or smaller cup sizes, they could be denser or less dense, and it could be easier or harder for them to bind. But for me specifically, I'm a 5X in GC2B. I cannot get any higher, and I'm not going to downsize because I don't want to hurt myself. So there's nothing I can do. I don't bind because there's no point. And I understand that it can help people with dysphoria. It can really alleviate dysphoria, but for me, the pain outweighs the benefit, because there is no benefit. My roommate told me, like, your breasts look smaller, but it looks like you're binding. Like, you can tell. It doesn't look flat. It doesn't look masculine. It doesn't look like it would help you pass. It would be, you would look at this person and be like, that person is binding their breasts. So I don't really see the point in it, but your mileage may vary. Clothing is another issue. Now, just finding clothes in my size is difficult. Often I have to order online. DXL is great. Like, I get all my button downs from DXL. I wish that there were other places that carried 5Xs, and